What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another collaboration beer. This time between the Other Half Brewing Company, and they are headquartered in Brooklyn, New York, and the North Park Beer Company, and they are out of San Diego, California. And this is their double dry hopped Cheddar-Fu. So they're calling this one an Imperial IPA that comes in at 8% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed, time of review. This can is just over 6 weeks old. I want to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to a couple good friends of mine and fellow beer tubers, Dan and Mike, over at FLX Beer Reviews for hooking me up with this one. So big thanks to them. In the description box, I'll post a link to their channel. Great guys, great individuals. They get their hands on some fantastic beer. Case in point, this one. I believe it was Dan who gave me this one. Could be Mike, but I'm pretty sure it was Dan. So I always thank both of them because they always hook me up with some great beer. And I'm really excited about this one. Now, I've never had anything from North Park. Heard really good things about them. Obviously, I drink a lot of Other Half. And this is a mashup of their Other Half's Cheddar and North Park's Hop Fu. And let me see if I can remember off the top of the dome piece here what hops are in this one. I believe they are using Citra, Mosaic, Simcoe, Chinook, Wai-iti hops, Kohatu, and what's the last one? Oh man, I thought I was gonna be able to do this. Columbus. So believe those are all the hops in this one. It's mashed up with the two beers, and yeah, sounds pretty delicious to me. Relatively fresh. It was brewed at the Brooklyn location because it has the black tab. Let's crack it open and get it into the glass. So I really would like to try some North Park at some point. I've heard really good things about their hazies, their West Coast IPAs, the whole nine, but I haven't gotten my hands on them yet. So, all right, so that looks beautiful. Pouring out really nice. Throw this over here like that, and a little bit of a spillage there. Anyway, yeah, so notice this in the last couple Other Half beers. This kind of has like a old school Other Half look to me, like that honey. I used to say honey orange for almost every single Other Half IPA, and that again has this honey orange color. Has about a 2-finger of this tan, super creamy looking head, very turby and merkin. Turby and merkin. Nope, done. Turbid and murky. Jesus Christ. Anyway, this smells delicious. Holy shit. Ooh, so, oh man. So there is this really ranky, dank kind of like herbaceousness. I'm not going to say garlic and onion because it has this really deep, like dank component, almost marijuana-esque, hovering over the aroma. But underneath that, oh man, there's tons of citrus fruit. Ruby red, sweet ruby red grapefruit. Like ruby red grapefruit with like sugar on top of it. Orange, tangerine, tangelo. A lot of citrus characters in this one. A little bit of like a pineapple mango thing going on. Almost like a honey kind of bready kind of malt base. I don't usually, whenever I review like, relatively fresh, double dry hop beers or hop forward beers, very rarely do I get the malt. The malt usually, especially at 8%, will just provide the sweetness and amplify those fruity kind of notes. But in this one, I'm getting a little bit of like a honey in a bread type of thing, like a honey drizzle bread. Man, that herbaceousness, that dank herbaceousness, or like just straight dank, like marijuana thing, is just kind of hovering around. And it's really nice because you're hit with it as soon as you go in for the nose, but then it kind of dies out and all that, candied kind of fruit goodness comes to the forefront. Yeah, this smells awesome. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again to Dan and Mike. I think Dan. Ooh, I really like that. That's nice. So it's not as sweet as the nose was indicating. Oh, that aftertaste is interesting. Yeah, that aftertaste is very distinct and different than what I'm accustomed to in general with like Other Half beers, but there's hop forward beers in general, and certainly double/Imperial IPAs. One more sip, we'll go body and mouthfeel. Body, this one's higher side of medium body, really nice for 8%. The mouthfeel, it's Other Half. It's soft, it's smooth, it's somewhat creamy. Maybe not one of the best mouthfeels I had from them, but in the realm of what they're known for. Maybe a little bit more carbonation than usual. The taste, right at the forefront, it's weird because, again, I was getting all that sweet, candied, juicy, like citrus and tropical fruit. But on the front of the palate, it's all that citrus fruit, but it's like you just bit into each one of those fruits. So you're getting the pithiness, you're getting the zestiness, you're getting the juiciness, and you're getting like a sweet character. So you're getting the entire fruit. It's more of like a Tangelo and a little bit of an orange. I'm not getting straight ruby red grapefruit or tangerine. It's more like the hybrid Tangelo along with a little bit of orange. Midway through the palate, that's where that dankness comes in, but it's not that marijuana vibe that I was getting in the nose. It's more of like an herbaceousness, and I would say just a generic herbaceousness. It's not garlic. It's not onion. It's not basil. It's not thyme. It's nothing that where you get like that ranky dank garlic onion or that herbaceous like basil and thyme. Just generic to me, but it's noticeable. But on the back of the palate, when I finish the sip, there's this really nice like fleshy honeydew melon or like cantaloupe that kind of hits, and that's what I'm left with on the finish, which is different, which is why I said it's cool and unique, because I usually don't get that on the finish. There's an underlying like slightly bready, crackery kind of malt base, but not nearly as big as it was in the nose. It finishes semi-dry with a mild to moderate bitterness. This is not too sweet. It's not too bitter. It's not too dry. Very well balanced from that aspect. Here's the thing. I don't think this is like fucking amazing or anything, but this is what I will say about this one. I think this is where this specific beer lands for me in terms of what they're going for. I think this is a super drinkable, easygoing 8% Imperial IPA. Like, I could drink a couple of these. I shouldn't anymore. I shouldn't anymore with you know, open heart surgery and everything, but I could session this beer and not get sick of it, because a lot of times I'll drink a beer and I'll go shit. A lot of times I'll drink a beer and I'll go shit, I said. I'm leaving this in. This is the Beer Patrol, baby. I'm going to drink this and then go shit. Holy fuck. that kills me. Sometimes I drink a beers and then I go crazy about them. I don't know how I said I'll go shit, but I go crazy about them. I'll give them high scores. I'll give them 4.5, 4.6, 4.75. And then I turn off the camera and I drink the rest of it and I go, you know what? I think this is a killer beer, but I only want a single can of it. I don't want the entire 4-pack, or I'm glad I bought a single. This one specifically, I would love a 4-pack of this, because I could drink 2 or 3 of these and I don't think it would fatigue my palate. I don't think I'd get sick of the flavor profile. I don't think it would be too cloying. I don't think it'd be too dry. I don't think at any point my palate would be like, hey, there's too much of one thing. There's enough going on here and enough of a balance to make this more of a drinkable 8%. And you can't taste the alcohol at 8%. This is hidden beautifully well. I mean, this is other half 8% beers, yeah, all day long. So from that aspect, I really like the drinkability. The flavors, not one of my favorite from other half, but at the end of the day, I have to give it a pretty good score, because I think the drinkability is through the roof, and I do like the flavor profile. It's just not one of my favorites. So other half, North Park, they're double dry hop, Cheddar-Fu. I'm going to give this a low 4.25 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.15 out of 5. I think that's a fair score for what they're going for here. I can't go much higher. I want to try some North Park stuff, especially some of their West Coast IPAs, because, again, I've heard nothing but good things. And beers like this, I really enjoy them. So I think price point availability on this one, price point I think was like $20 4-pack, maybe 22, but I think it was $20 4-pack. So kind of the going rate for an 8% collaboration between these two guys. And availability, I think this was... I think collaborations like this, for the most part, when it comes to other half, are only available at one of their breweries. So the Brooklyn location, the East Bloomfield location in New York, Washington, D.C. They're also going to have the Philly location open up. Maybe by the time you see this, you'll see the Philly location open up. That's the reason why now going forward, I'm just going to say other half and headquartered in Brooklyn, New York, because I can't say Brooklyn, East Bloomfield, Washington, D.C., Philly, like whatever. They're headquartered in Brooklyn. That's where they're originally from. That's what I'll say going forward. So if you've had this one before and it did get distro, let me know, but I don't think these do. And if you've had it before and you want to tell me what you think about it, feel free to post in the comment section. That's what I love about my channel and about beer tubing in general. I love going to other beer tubers channels, commenting on their videos if I've had the beer before, if I haven't. It's just fun. So I'm sure a lot of you out there have had this one before. I know when it comes to other half, a lot of you found the channel because of my other half reviews. I know a lot of you drink mostly other half, so I'd imagine you had this one. So if you have, definitely post in the comment section, please. So not much more to say about. Thanks to Dan and Mike. And again, Dan, I think, hooked me up with this one for this beer. A lot of fun trying it from two big dogs in the IPA game when it comes to craft beer. And not much more to say about. So I appreciate everybody stopping by for the beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.